Hey guys, November 28th, 2010. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. We did some traveling and went down to central Wyoming and visited family and friends. We had a good time. I did catch strep throat. I traveled with my brother, and I'm not blaming him for my strep throat, but I did catch it, and he had it. So maybe that is blaming him. But yesterday morning I had strep throat. I had started getting some itchy, when I swallow it hurt. And by last night I had the pus pockets in my throat. I know it's kind of nasty, but um, started taking those cayenne capsules. I did a video on it a while back for curing strep throat, and also did some super tonic by Dr. Schultz. I know this is not a FDA approved, but it works. But anyway, I can swallow now. There's no itchiness. There's no pus pockets. It just flat kicked it. And so I took my own medicine. Anyway, a lot going on, guys. There's just a plethora, I guess is the word I'm going to use, of information out there on the goings-on of our world. And one of the issues, I think a main issue that a lot of people are concerned about is North and South Korea. South Korea is our ally, and we're sending China messages saying that you need to keep North Korea in check as we put our ships over there in the Yellow Sea for doing some military maneuvers over there. And there is some tension, guys. And the elites, you know who I'm talking about, have always wanted 3 world wars, okay, for the purpose of their consolidation. Okay, they bring order out of their chaos, and they further their plans out of their bloodshed and their created terror. And that's basically what they want to see. To put this in endgame, they want a 3rd world war. Will they get it? I pray that they don't, and I pray that God cuts it short in righteousness, otherwise no flesh will be saved. That might be familiar to some of you, but I don't think they're going to get their 3rd world war, and I don't think they're going to get their depopulation to 500 million under the plan of Agenda 21. I don't see that happening. There's just too much at stake. I don't think they'll get that for several reasons. I'm not going to go into that. But a lot happening, not only North and South Korea, but obviously Iraq, Afghanistan, Iran potentially. So there's a lot of boiling pots going on around the world. And not to mention the financial crisis that is happening basically worldwide, guys. It's not just here in our backyard, in the United States. It's everywhere. You know what's happened to Ireland and the countries in Europe. There's a currency crisis. We're going at it with China, and they're pretty upset with us by us devaluing our currency, which they are one of the biggest holders besides the Federal Reserve of debt, of U.S. debt. And so when we devalue our dollar, what does that do to their holdings? Obviously, they're upset about that. Okay, and there's some tension there. There's some tension. So North Korea, which is China's ally, and South Korea, which is our ally, and we got tensions kind of in the circle. And so, I don't know. It's exciting times, to say the least, to be living. I mean, there's just a lot going on. The article that I wanted to point your attention to was from Natural News, and it says the U.S. government seizure of the internet has begun. They, I guess, shut down 75 plus internet sites, websites. And you guys, our government, unfortunately, isn't speaking like a lamb anymore. It's speaking like a dragon, okay, using force and coercion. I believe we've gone into tyranny and fascism. And, government takeover, private ownership of businesses, okay? And, they don't do anything small. They do things big. They start out small, maybe, on certain things like this, for example. They start out small, but then they grow, and they grow, okay? Like a big, ugly monster. They grow, and they have their tentacles in a lot of different areas in our lives. And I know you can feel it. I can feel it. And this is one of them. This is just one area. And, the Patriot Act, it was, implemented for our safety. and we've given up liberties, for that safety, okay? Because of the, in my opinion, created terror, they've somehow been able to systematically take our freedoms and liberties away by creating this terror. And they're very, very good at it, guys. And I know something's brewing. I know something's on the horizon. I can sense it, and I don't want to go by my feelings or this, I don't want to go by that. I know they're getting restless, and there's some of those older elitists have one foot in the grave, and they want to see some action. And I think they're going to get it, especially the way the Federal Reserve, and my last video was on the Federal Reserve and central banking, and a lot of people are getting awake to this, that they are destroying the US dollar, and it is for global governance. We cannot have our world reserve currency and have our national sovereignty. It cannot work that way. We have to be disbanded, in a sense, okay? Kind of like we did to the Iraq military. We went over there and disbanded their military. And so that's what's happening, so that we can bring about this world government. And some people think, oh, that doesn't sound too bad. Let's just love each other. One big happy family. And that's great. That would be awesome. But when the government doesn't care about you, it actually wants you dead, and they show us this through policies in the FDA, in the American Medical Association, all of their journals, that fluoride is good for you. Mercury, I even read some articles that are saying mercury is good for you. I mean, come on, it's one of the most toxic substances on Earth, okay? And they're saying that they don't have a cure for cancer, which is ludicrous. Totally ludicrous. There's cures for cancers. There's many of them. They want to radiate you or cut you open or burn you and say that's the only thing we have. That's all we have. Okay? It's a lie. There's a lot of lies out there. They say, they want to, protect us, and they want to bail out this so we don't have catastrophe in the United States. And yet unemployment is still at 10%, and U3 numbers are over 20%, okay? And housing is still way, way down. Record foreclosures. So they're doing nothing. Manufacturing, they're not bringing that back. So it's a bunch of lies is what it is. And so this what makes you think that one big happy family in world government's going to work? Okay? They have a plan for you. They have a plan for you. It's not good. Okay? And we have a microcosm of that here in the United States. Okay, they couldn't care less about you, to put it lightly. Anyway, guys, that's my rant for today. It's good to be back, back in the saddle. So anyway, take care. I hope you guys have a good evening. I'll link this article to the Department of Homeland Security shutting down websites. Okay, Big Brother does it again. Take care, guys, and God bless.